We're about to hit 8,000 miles on the Hornet 7999. I thought we could catch this moment live just like we did last time at 4, I believe it was. So here we are, 7,999 miles. Let's hopefully catch it whilst I try and pay attention. And for some reason this has occurred in the same spot. There we are, 8,000 miles on the Hornet. Yes, baby. What an achievement. I've only owned it for 6 months, so it's not too bad. I've slowed down slightly on my journeying. But what we'll do is we'll get off the motorway onto some A roads and give a little bit of an 8,000 mile review. You know, put a bit of scenery on the background. So yeah, we'll hit some A roads soon. Once we do, I'll turn the camera back on. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, I've finally managed to get off a motorway, but I'm about to go on another motorway. Didn't manage to get any footage soon after we passed 8,000 miles. As you can see, we've got 8,114 miles now on the clock. So I thought I'd put together this little owner's review at the 8,000 mark, the 8,000 mile mark, the wonderful Honda Hornet 750. For anyone that hasn't been paying attention to this glorious channel, I've had this Hornet now since February. What's the story with this Hornet then? Well, very quick summary, because I don't want this video to be another 20-minute slog-a-thon where I yabber on about nonsense.
You serious?
The Honda Hornet, purchased in February this year, is now August, so I've had it for 6-ish months. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, 6 months. There you go. More like kind of 7, but yeah. Bought this bike, traded in my CB300R and a Honda monkey bike, unfortunately, rest in peace, which I regret immensely because I love the monkey bike. Hopefully there's not a lot of wind. I prefer to keep these sort of videos on not so fast moving roads. I've got my vents open as well, so fingers crossed. Alright, apologies guys if there's a bit of wind noise. Just closed one of the vents. We close this one as well. Yeah, right, so hopefully fingers crossed. Alright, anyway, so Hornet, bought in February. I've been to France twice on it. We've racked up 8,115 miles in 6 months. It's had its quote year service already. It's had 2 services. It's had its 600 miler and its 8,000 miler. I did the 8,000 mile service at 7,800 miles, which was a couple of weeks ago now. Been a bit quiet on the old Western Front on what I'm doing sort of thing. Been a bit busy with life. I'm trying to get this channel to be a bit more consistent. So it's sunny, thought I'd hop on the bike and discuss the merits of the Honda Hornet 750. So I've been abroad with it twice. I've been touring with it. I've got the touring pack on it, not currently, but I've got luggage and all that sort of stuff. It's done really well touring. I've been here, there and everywhere, as you can imagine. Nearly 8,000 miles in 6 months is quite a lot. There's still going to be more. I've literally haven't really taken the bike out properly for any trips for like a month. So I usually, it's not uncommon for me to rack up 1,500 miles in a month just riding around. I'm actually technically going somewhere now, which you'll find out in the next video. So I'll be recording 2 videos this afternoon or morning. I've got work tonight. I've been on holiday for a couple of days. I've been waking up really early, so I thought I'd head on off somewhere quite far. It's an 82 mile journey. It'll take me an hour and a half to get there. It'll be worth it. Hopefully the weather holds up, because I've never been to that place. But anyway, so just adding some miles to it. Yesterday I went to Bristol, added a few more miles to it, so just getting back to sort of long distancing on the bike. As far as I'm concerned, the riding position on the bike's comfortable as heck. It's a naked bike, so obviously there's a lot of wind. I'm used to it, it's how I roll. The seat is comfortable, I think it is anyway. I'll definitely be able to do this trip all in one without any hassle. There's no vibration in the foot pegs. It trudges along at 4,000 and a bit RPM at 70 miles an hour. 75 miles an hour indicated on the screen is actually 70 miles an hour on the GPS. So it's all pretty good. It's a very lovely bike. It's fast. It can obviously, you know, at gear 6 now, as you can see, we'll roll off the throttle a bit, so we're not breaking the law, but we'll roll off the throttle, and as you can see, pin it up and it bites back up really easily. It's a decent bike. It turns lovely. It's nimble. It's light. It weighs 190 kilos wet, so that means with fuel 190 kilos, 93. It's very easy to maneuver. The only issues I've had really is with these OEM mirrors. I don't like them. I'm gonna get rid of them. I'll replace them with something a bit better. They seem to come loose really easily. They knock against stuff as well, so when I'm moving it around, it sort of, they stick out at a weird angle, I think. They kind of just, you know, this mirror here has got scratches all over the plastic because I've sort of grazed it against walls and whatnot. That's literally the only thing that I don't like about the bike, is the mirrors. I was going to put some bar end mirrors in. I gave up on that idea. The bar ends that come with the bike are trash. That's a bad place to park. The trash, the plastic, the trash, the rubbish, they fall off. They just literally have no screw in it. They're just sort of like, you just pop them in. That's it. It's a bit shit. So I replaced them with these Puge metal ones, if you like. I don't even know what, well, they are metal. I don't know what. They're anodized, obviously, as you can see, anodized orange. I reckon they look alright. Thought I'd give the bike a bit more character. I had big plans of adding some more colourway to the bike. As you can hear, it absolutely sounds phenomenal, the bike does. The engine is a purrer. She absolutely never missed a beat. She's beautiful. She purrs along. She's incredible bike. Lovely to ride. No issues whatsoever. Headlamps, or headlights if you like, they've been upgraded for 2025. I believe they got dual LEDs now. When I was in France, both times, I kept getting flashes from drivers that thought I had high beams on. The second time I went was with a pillion, so I think I need to adjust the suspension when there's a pillion on there, because it raises the nose up of the bike slightly on a tilt. The headlamps are very visible at night. When you put them on full beam, you can see like all the way up there. Like, you know, honestly, it's incredible. The tyres that came with the bike are incredible. They are Michelin Road 6s. They are absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I've put 8,000 miles on these. They're still the original tyres. I bought this bike at a Honda dealership in Exeter, Bridge Motorcycles. I absolutely love going there. I was actually going to go there today, but I'd rather just carry on a little bit more further down the road and get to where I want to get to. They're incredible, really. The tyres, the Road 6s are absolutely, they stick to the ground. On the service that's just happened with nearly 8,000 miles on, we've got half the tread left on both the front and back, which they were really impressed with. Bridge, I did end up asking the dealership to put in some, got this like tyre sealant that they use, Tyre Protect I think it's called. It's their own proprietary one, I think. It's Honda's deal. It's basically both tyres for 100 quid. They put some sealant in. I've had no issues. I've always used that tyre sealant. It's a bit pricey, and obviously you can get tyre sealant yourself and pump it in. It's not hard, you know. You can get fucking nice stuff like Goop for like 20 quid, and you know, you're sorted. However, this stuff, honestly, like, the tires don't lose pressure, they don't lose anything, they don't lose PSI, they they're firm, they're exactly how I want them to be. They, like, you know, they're just amazing. And obviously they've evenly worn out the tires as well. I mean, I do a lot of motorway miles, as you can see, and yeah, they're a tiny bit squared off. I'd say they're like maybe 5% squared off, where you can see where the tires have, you know, they sat in a straight line for a bit. However, once you get back on a, you know, a twisty, 5 miles, you'll wear that out, and you won't be able to see those tires. Road 6s, they're incredible. The best tires I've ever messed with. I mean, I've had some Dunlops before on my previous bike, and they were crap. They were horrible. They fucking only lasted like 3,000 miles. You know, they weren't good. So yeah, the bike itself, moving on from the tires, it's a really good bike. MPG wise, I think could be a bit better. I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best. I get 50, 55, right? Now I only say it's not the best because I'm used to riding 125s, you know, and they can get 80 to 100. And I don't like how much fuel I have to put into this thing. When I was in France, absolutely caning it. You know, I must have filled up in my like 5 days I was there about 12 times petrol. I spent a lot of money on petrol. Don't know if their petrol there is a bit more watery. It didn't feel good. It was all fucking E10 as well, man. It's E5. Which one's the one with ethanol? It's E10, isn't it? Yeah, E10. Yeah, so it's 10%. Yeah, so yeah, it wasn't the best, but touring wise, I loved it. When I took my partner, my wife, with me on the second trip for 5 days during Easter, it turns out the back seat isn't the best. Alright, so I'm still going to upgrade the back seat, put like a bagger seat on there, and possibly get the foot, well, not possibly, definitely get the foot pegs adjusted. So you can do that, it's quite easy. That'll be for the next trip. That one should make it a little bit better. I think the way that they put the Honda's OEM sort of extra, well, bloody hell, he's going absolutely hammer, isn't he? The rack and luggage that they put on this bike was very expensive. Unfortunately, it's like the seat and where the luggage is, where it sits, it doesn't allow a lot of leg room. All right, that's the only thing I'm a bit upset about. So I should have really gotten a shad back, like a shad top box and sides. I reckon that would have been a lot better investment. I mean, to swap it all out, it's going to cost me about 1,500 quid. However, I'm legitimately thinking about it. If we go on another long trip, the shad boxes tend to sit, they look like they sit a lot lower, so they're not sort of encroaching on the thigh space where the pillion's sitting. But I'm gonna try it where I just upgrade the bagger to the bagger seat, the pillion seat, upgrade it, get it raised up, and get the foot pegs lowered, and see if that helps the situation. Or if it does, then I won't need to spend that money on that, on the upgrades. However, I wouldn't mind, because with a shad box you got a top box and you can have like a backrest, so it's a nice little seat really. But yeah, I don't know, you don't really want to be putting all that junk on a naked Street Fighter, do you? So yeah, like, as far as I'm concerned, the bike is an absolute dream. It's an absolute dream. It rides perfectly, never misses a beat. I've not had a single issue with it. I use it every day, I commute on it. It's an absolute dream. It's a beautiful bike. It's a head turner. People do look at it. I've got on a couple of aftermarket stickers on it that a friend has put on there, given them to me. They're basically a Hornet, like a cartoon Hornet. The bike, you know, the bikes look, it's easy to clean. I find it easy to clean it pretty much 3 times a week. During the service, I was told that it's a very well maintained showroom quality bike, even at 8,000 miles. Does it do everything I need it to do? Yes. Do I still want a gold wing? 100% I do, but that's just a disease that I have that I can't get rid of. I would absolutely miss this bike. This for me has been an absolute dream to ride. It's my it's my cup of tea. It's definitely a license loser though, so you got to be careful. You can definitely get sucked into the whole, you know, let's go fast, and it's a bit, you know, I mean, there's been a few moments where it's been a little bit dicey for me at least. Where I've maybe been a little bit, what's the word, where I've been a little bit happy on the old throttle. But yeah, so, you know, would I recommend this bike? 100%. What sort of person would this bike do for? Well, if you're a commuter, fucking yes, this bike does me well. If you like to travel on the bike solo and you're willing to put some, you know, some extras on it, and 100%, yeah, the bike's an absolute dream. The seat is very comfortable. You're obviously going to get that biker fatigue on your ass from time to time, and your legs for sure. But if you're a short person like myself, I'm only 5'8", 5'9" maybe on a good day, and it works well for me. If you're 6'5", this ain't the bike for you. If you like naked street fighters, and yeah, if you like the MT-07 or MT-09, then this bike's very similar. It isn't as I think it isn't as, like, you know, the Yamaha MTs have very nice sort of aesthetics. I certainly like the wheel colour on it, you know, being blue or whatever. I think that looks nice. This isn't that. It's not one of those bikes. It's, you can get it in black, you know, in white. It's very much Honda, you know, Honda boring colours, if you like. I don't need to be here. Let this guy go. Everyone wants to go miles, don't they? Anyway, so, you know, at 8,000 miles, I've ran into no issues. It's a dream. I've had to put 2 fucking services for it now, because obviously the mileage I've done in 6 months. I could literally pick this bike up, take it anywhere, and I'd feel happy. You know, if I go from the bottom of England in Cornwall to the top of the UK and Scotland, you know, I'd probably have to fill up 3 times, 4 times maybe, but it'd get there. You know, the only thing I'd give up is me. So, I mean, this is the best bike I've ever had. I've owned 4 or 5 bikes, different bikes. I still get the itch to buy a different bike. You know, I've got this like disease. It's called being a motorcyclist, and I really like the idea of, like, I was going to buy the local dealer in Exeter Bridge. I've got this like CRF 250 dirt bike that I'm quite enamoured with at the minute for like three and a bit grand second hand, and I must admit, tempted. Do I need it? No, of course I don't. Would I ever even go greenlaning? No. I'm nowhere near that confident. All my motorcycling's been done on tarmac. You know, I'm no. What's this person doing, bro? Anyway, yeah. So the bike is incredible. Can get you out of trouble, can get you in trouble. Whoa, look at that Harley. So yeah, I'd recommend it to anyone that's in the market for an all-rounder. I truly believe this bike is an all-rounder. I truly believe that. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm a commuter at heart. I like to adventure, mate. If I didn't have a 9 to 5 and I was rich, you know, I'd be off everywhere, mate. I'd just be riding. I feel at home on a bike. I love motorcycling. Motorcycling for me is like, it's turned into like my life. Yeah, I've got, you know, don't get me wrong, I've got a wife and a kid at home. They're my life for sure, but motorcycling is a little bit of me, that's for sure. I started out late in life, you know. I've only been motorcycling for 2 and a bit years, you know, because obviously the perception is motorcycling is dangerous, and oh, but by God, is it amazing, you know. It's just incredible. Even when you're just pooting along, you know, on the M5, sunny, feels nice. It's just, you know, this is what this is why you do it, isn't it? I mean, I haven't got a car license. It's the only way I travel. I love it. You know, if I could had the money and I didn't have responsibilities and my wife let me, I would literally just pick up my passport and just ride through Europe happily. 2-3 months, I'd happily do that. Just riding through Europe, just visiting places. And that's what motorcycling is about. So, you know, you might have a different perspective on motorcycling. You might like motorcycling because, you know, you like to go fast. You like motorcycling because you want to, you know, I don't know, want to be one of the squids. This isn't a squid bike, you know. Yes, it's got 90 brake. Yes, it's fast in the sense of it's faster than a 125. It's faster than any Harley. You know what I mean? It can go 135, 40 miles an hour. It's very nippy. It's aggressive. It's a hooligan. But it's also very nice and just chilled. The chilled out bike. So yeah, I'd highly recommend it. And that's it. I summed up 8,000 mile review. Highly recommend the Hornet as an all-rounder. It's an absolutely gorgeous bike. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely worth its money. Incredible value for a brand new bike, I think, in this day and age. Sub 10 grand. You can get the 1000 SE for 10, which, you know, in hindsight, maybe I should have considered that. Not because this lacks anything, it's just because, you know, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of liter bikes, so, you know, I mean, I think there's a time and a place for a liter bike, and this bike's nippy enough that you kind of don't want to get yourself in trouble. So on a liter bike it'd be even worse. So another 50-60 brake horse, you know, it's a fast bike, a bit heavier as well, so yeah, it's a very stable bike. That's another thing I'd like to mention as well, is this bike is so evenly weighted. Like literally you can, it's just perfectly evenly weighted. It's like you take your hands off and it's just when you come into a stop, if you like brake nice and gently, you can literally balance it, like just stay stood still without your feet down. You know, I've ridden some bikes that are absolutely top heavy, and this is not. This is centrally equally displaced. Incredibly engineered. The welding on it's a little bit suspect, I think, personally. Not the best welding, but it's machine welding for you, innit? And that's it. So if you tell me what you think. Is the Hornet something you'd want? Is the Hornet something you can see yourself driving or riding, if you like? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Channel's been doing really well. I mean, that's, you know, a big amount of that's to do with you lot. You lot are absolutely incredible. So thanks for your time as usual. Until the next time, I've been the Hungry Hornet. You have been incredible. Yeah, cheerio!